So here's the PowerPoint slides from the author. Okay. Payroll is what we're going over. So the employers incur expenses and liabilities from having employees. So here's what we have. What we have on this is gross pay is how much the employees make. Now and again, this is a review. So FIT, federal income tax, this is how much tax the employees will pay, are expected to pay on their earnings. And the employer keeps it and sends it to the federal government. State and local income taxes, if we worked in Oregon, there'd be a state tax withholding that would then be forwarded to the state of Oregon. Voluntary deductions like United Way, FICA tax, Medicare, FICA tax, Social Security, both of these are withheld from the employee's paycheck. Now later on we'll see that both of these are matched by the employer, but this is the employee part of it. Then you add all of those up, subtract from gross pay, you get net pay. Net pay is take home, that's what shows up in the law. Okay? All right, so FICA taxes. So here is the Social Security part of it, and the book was written in 2010. So at that point in time, it was 6.2% of the first 106,800. So that means that as soon as you guys make 106,800, you quit paying this tax. Prior to that, you pay. Okay, and 6.2% of 106,800 is 6,621.60. The FICA part of that is Medicare, and it's 1.45% with no cap. Okay. And again, we mentioned that before. The employers act as an agent for the federal government. It's pay as you go, and they take they take the taxes out prior to giving you your paycheck. And the same happens with the state, they act as an agent for the state. There's voluntary deductions at the employee's request, union dues, savings account, pension contributions, insurance premiums, charities. Okay. Here's what it looks like. Salaries, expenses, the total amount that's earned. Now, the first 5 of these are withholding. So here's the employees part of the FICA, Social Security. The employees part of FICA Medicare. Here's the federal income tax that the employee is expected to pay on their wages. Here's the employee's part of the medical insurance premium. This is the union dues. Add all these up, subtract them from the gross, you get the net, and the net is called salaries payable, and that's take home. And notice all of these are payable because all of these are, they're collected by the employer, but they're forwarded to somebody. Okay? Now the employer has additional taxes. The employer pays these payroll taxes. So the employer matches the FICA Social Security that the employee pays. The employer matches Medicare. And in addition to that, there's FUTA and SUTA. And FUTA and SUTA are the taxes that fund unemployment compensation. Okay? So FUTA is, federal unemployment tax is 0.8% of the gross with a cap of 7,000. So everybody pays it in January, then as soon as you're in 7,000, your employer stops paying this on you. Okay? The state unemployment is 5.4% of the first 7,000. And again, everybody pays it January 1st. As soon as you make 7,000, the employer quits paying it on you. And of course, FUTA, SUTA is part of FUTA. FUTA is really 6.2%. However, if the states elect, they can get the 5.4%, leaving the 0.8%. And when they get the 5.4%, they then administer the unemployment compensation. Does that sound good? Yeah, G? It is automatic.
Are these slides on little? No. Okay.
All right. And then now these are the taxes that are paid by the employer. So here's the matching for the FICA Social Security, the matching for the Medicare. Here's the SUTA. Here's the FUTA. Add all those up, they equal 277, and that's the debit to payroll tax expense. Addie.
So Which one do we not pay in Washington that we do in Oregon?
State income tax would be one.
The state income tax?
State income tax, they're different states, different, yeah.
Okay.
University, yeah, okay. All right. Okay, that will do that. Okay, on estimated liabilities. So let's get into estimated liabilities. How's it, Anna, how you doing?
Good.
You're doing good, okay. All right, I'm going to put this here. All right. Now let's get into this. Yeah. Oh, good deal. All right, thank you. Everybody got all the good copies they need? All right, you guys, let's go ahead and get started here. So let's get into some estimated liabilities. So up till now, they've been definitely determined. So these are estimated. Okay. So sometimes what you have is you have a known obligation, right? You know that you owe the money, but sometimes you're uncertain as to the amount. And I'll give you examples of these in a minute. Sometimes, okay, but it can be reasonably estimated. Okay, so one is like the health and pension benefits as an example of this. Okay, so in this case, what they do is, okay, in this case, what they have is the medical, for example, in this thing, the insurance, the medical insurance premium is $8,000. Okay? Now, I'm sorry, it's 8,000, they agree to pay $8,000 and 10% of the employee's gross. Okay? So it's $8,000 plus 10% of gross.
Is this like a drill?
Well, I'm just giving you the problem.
Oh, so this is just the information?
Just the problem. And 10% of gross, and the gross equals $120,000. So in this case, what it is that 10% of this is 12,000. So what you got here is you have the employee benefits expense, it equals, I'll leave that blank for a minute, and it's December 31st. It equals the